Welcome to NarrativeNook where enchanted stories come to life. If you enjoy our stories, please subscribe, like and share to support our channel. Enjoy listening.
Miss Monroe's back in town, the assistant whispered with a note of urgency, and she's brought a surprise for Mr. Romeo, came in carrying a lunchbox and no one could stop her. What's she doing here? Luna frowned, her tone souring by the second. Then she reassured Alice, if you are hurt, take care of it. You don't have to worry about your shift today, I'll let my brother know. Thanks a bunch, Ms. Luna. Alice gushed, relief washing over her. Upstairs, Harriet strode in, lunchbox in hand, when Carl spotted her. Ms. Monroe, you're back? What brings you here? Where's Romeo? The boss is tied up in a meeting. Not on this floor. I'll wait in his office then. But as she made for Romeo's door, Carl stepped in front. I'm real sorry, but could you hang tight for just a moment? Harriet barely moved to sidestep him when she was halted by a familiar voice. Surely you're not about to bowl over Carl, too? Luna emerged from the elevator, every inch the heiress, oozing with poise and grace. Ms. Luna. Carl almost sighed in relief. Luna? What are you doing here? Harriet bristled at the sight of her. Why can't I be here? I'm Romeo's cousin, for crying out loud. And who exactly do you think you are? Luna sauntered over, eyeing the lunchbox with disdain. What's this? Playing caterer for my brother? Trying to steal my sister-in-law's thunder? What if I am? Without warning, Luna knocked the lunchbox from Harriet's grip, sending it clattering to the floor. Harriet's cheeks flushed with anger as her carefully prepared meal met the floor. In my book, any dame who's got eyes for my brother and isn't Arabella is nothing but a sly fox, up to no good. I suggest you hit the road, or you'll have me to deal with. And what's it to you who your brother dates? Harriet snapped. It's everything to me. He's my brother, and I'd have to call anyone he chooses sister-in-law. But you? That's a title I can't even fathom uttering for you. Harriet was livid. Just you wait until Romeo shows up. He'll put you in your place. Carl, do me a favor and double-check my brother's schedule for today. Don't miss a beat. Carl, she just pushed me. Did you see it? Sorry, Ms. Monroe, I must have missed it. Turned away for a second and all. Harriet realized she was outnumbered and her blood boiled even hotter. Luna, what exactly has Arabella done for you that you're going to bat for her like this? She's easy on the eyes. I like doing favors for pretty girls. Can't help it if you're not on the same level. You're attacking me personally now. And what if I am? Luna shoved her towards the elevator doors. Just then, with a ding, the elevator opened and Romeo, fresh from a meeting, stepped out. Romeo, she's been bullying me. Luna dashed over and clung to Romeo's arm, tears streaming down her face, putting on the most pitiful act. She says she wants to be your lady, and I said no. Then she got all pushy, tried to throw me out, claiming that she'll be the one calling the shots around here soon. Harriet was taken aback by how adept Luna had become at turning the tables, and she hurried to clarify, Romeo, I didn't. If you didn't, then why is my sister crying? Romeo's tone was full of defense as he glanced at Luna's red-rimmed, woeful eyes, then turned to Harriet with a frown. What are you doing here? I'm back in town, came to see you. Brought you some comfort food, but... She brought some snacks for you, and I was gonna be nice and take them to your office, but she insisted on going in herself. I told her, even as your sister, we can't just barge into your office, gotta respect your privacy. Guess what she said? She claimed that one day she'd be yours, so barging in now or later doesn't make a difference. Harriet was about to burst with anger. Romeo, don't listen to her nonsense. This darn Luna, such a master at spinning tales. Enough. Romeo didn't want to hear any more of Harriet's side of the story. Without my permission, don't come around here anymore. Seizing her chance, Luna clung tighter to his arm and asked, Romeo, am I still okay to come by? Of course you can. Luna, emboldened by her brother's support, gave Harriet a triumphant, taunting look and then pretended to be scared. Romeo, you better send her away now. If you hadn't shown up when you did, she would have hit me. You don't know how vicious she was, and now, pretending to be all sweet in front of you." Harriet was livid. Luna was so infuriating. "Carl." With a single word from Romeo, Carl hurried over. "Romeo, don't be mad at Carl. It was Harriet who warned him not to intervene, claiming she'd be the future lady of the group. She threatened Carl's job if he helped me." "Luna." "Romeo, even Alice at the front desk couldn't stop her. She pushed Alice down so hard, she couldn't get up. I'm worried Alice might have a fracture. We should get her to the hospital. Maybe don't dock her pay today." Romeo nodded. "All right." Carl struggled to keep a straight face. "Ms. Monroe, right this way, please." "Romeo." Harriet watched as Luna walked away, still clinging to Romeo's arm, her anger simmering. "Romeo, you're the only one who can mess with me." Luna raised her voice so Harriet could hear. "What does she think she is compared to you? She's got nothing on my own brother." Harriet was taken aback by her not-so-warm homecoming. It dawned on her why Serena and Alma hadn't been able to win over Romeo. It was because of this feisty guard dog by his side. Once they were in the office, Romeo asked nonchalantly, "Done with the theatrics?" Luna's tears turned into a chuckle. "Hey Romeo, you always have my back. Didn't even call me out on my act." She noticed the towering snack cabinet in Romeo's office. "You really have a snack cabinet this huge? I didn't believe the online gossip until now. I just chased off that vixen for you, so you owe me some treats, right?" Romeo, ever the paternal figure, opened the cabinet and tossed her a bag of chips. "So, Arabella is into these, huh?" Luna ripped open the bag with glee, grabbing a chip, just as Romeo added, "She doesn't like this flavor, so it's all yours." Suddenly, the chip in Luna's hand lost its appeal. "Don't make a mess," Romeo grumbled, hating crumbs on his carpet. "But I saw a post saying Arabella makes a mess and you're always there handing her drinks," Luna retorted, extending her hand. "Where's my drink?" "These are her favorites. You can have some water." "So, what brings you here anyway?" "I saw Arabella getting attacked online. I made a bunch of accounts to fight back, but it was useless. So, I thought I'd come to you. Do you have a plan to help her?" "Let's not worry your pretty little head about her." "What do you mean?" Luna said earnestly, munching on a chip. "She's your fiancée and my future sister-in-law. I can't just watch people sling mud at her." Carl knocked and entered with a cup of tea in hand. "Ms. Luna, here's the coffee you like." He set the freshly brewed cup before her. "Mr. Romeo, I've escorted the lady out." The receptionist tried to stop her, but Ms. Monroe was insistent, even got a bit pushy, just like Ms. Luna said. "Your staying out of it is the best help you could give." "Why?" Luna was puzzled. Carl explained, "Miss Bella is playing a strategic game. Mr. Romeo doesn't want you to mess it up." "What kind of game? It sounds thrilling." After a brief stay in Romeo's office, Luna stepped out of the grand entrance of Macmillan Corporation, her face reverting to its usual icy haughtiness. As she waited at the entrance for her family's chauffeur, a car that was the epitome of luxury pulled up before her. The window rolled down, and a frosty voice called out, "Luna, we need to talk." Her eyes were cool and dismissive, her voice even haughtier. "What makes you think you're worthy of talking to me? Is this the real you? Does Romeo have any clue you were just putting on an act earlier?" Harriet scrutinized her coldly from the car. "Hanging around Kathy has really rubbed off on you. I used to admire that aloof pride of yours." Luna's gaze was as chilling as winter frost. "Your admiration is worthless to me. Romeo hates being lied to, and your pathetic performance couldn't fool him for a second. He's just sparing you the embarrassment for the sake of your family ties. Don't tell me you think you hold a special place in his heart. At least I'm his real cousin. And what about you?" Luna looked down on her smugly. "You got kicked out, and yet here you are, yapping away. What did Arabella offer you?" "I'll double it," Harriet cut straight to the chase. 10 times over if that's what it takes." "You?" Luna's gaze fell on her, filled with icy mockery. "You think you can afford it?" "Of course." Harriet was quite confident in her financial and social clout. Then get out of the car and let's hear it. What can you offer me? As Harriet stepped out, Luna grabbed her by the hair and kicked her away. Not just Harriet's driver, but several security guards at the Macmillan Corporation entrance and the receptionists inside were stunned. I asked you to step out because you were cramping my style in the car. Luna advanced step by step toward her, delivering another kick. This is the real me. You look down on Kathy's methods, don't you? You admire the real me, right? How does it feel now? Do you like me even more? Luna. In this day and age, to be a homewrecker with such brazen shamelessness, I've never seen the likes before. Trying to buy me off, to get close to my brother, are you living in some kind of fantasy? Don't you have any mirrors at home to see what you look like right now? You think you're worthy of being with my brother? Harriet's driver moved to step forward but was blocked by Luna's chauffeur. Harriet's driver hesitated, no longer daring to approach, and stayed put. Luna, Harriet glared at her venomously, I will tell your parents about today. My parents absolutely adore Arabella. If they get wind of what you pulled today, I'd bet my bottom dollar they'd have a sit-down with your folks that'd be anything but pleasant. And let me tell you, my auntie is no pushover. If she hears about today's shenanigans, it won't just be a couple of kicks to the rear you'll be getting. With those words, Luna flicked her luxurious mane back and rose to her full height, indifferent to the gathering crowd, and coolly slid into her ride. The chauffeur promptly whisked her away. Harriet's chauffeur hurried over to help her up. Ms. Monroe, are you all right? Where the hell were you? Didn't you see me getting bullied? Harriet snapped, landing a smack on him, and then barked at the onlookers. What are you gawking at? Scram back to work, will ya? The crowd swiftly dispersed like scared rabbits. 2 days later, the hashtag #DrBellBotchesUp was trending, and Arabella was caught in a storm of controversy, with a barrage of skepticism online. Did you hear? She visited a car crash victim, thinking she's the bee's knees in medicine, and decided to perform surgery. Ended up killing the guy. How does a kid her age waltz into a hospital and play surgeon? Even if she's some sort of medical prodigy, that doesn't give her the right to bypass hospital rules and regs. Is her medical prowess for real? I remember Philip raving about how she cured him and his wife, but it sounded fishy. Arabella's so-called gift? No way it's as miraculous as they say. This incident proves it. She can't even save a life, much less work miracles. All that fame? Bought and paid for by the Collins family. And poor Serena, tossed aside by the Collins family now that they've found their long-lost daughter, left to deal with the fallout and badmouthing. I think I may have been wrong to blame Serena. As the online vitriol against Arabella swelled, Louisa was fuming with indignation. All Kenneth could do was offer consolation. We can't expose Martha's kidnapping scheme right now. First off, if people find out Bella's crew calls her boss, they'll say she's running a gang, demanding an official probe into her activities. Kenneth continued, secondly, if it comes out that Bella staged the whole kidnap to expose Martha and Serena, folks online will say she's too sly for her own good. Louisa, biting her lip with worry, said, so what do we do now? We can't just sit on our hands after all this time. Didn't Bella say she'd handle it? Let's not torture ourselves with the online hate. Trust Bella, she'll sort it out. The internet was abuzz with a trending hashtag that soared to the top of the search list. Hashtag the truth behind Arabella's fight. Curious netizens clicked to discover that a swarm of reporters had besieged the headquarters of Molly's corporation, waiting to catch the CEO Molly after work, demanding an explanation. True to the plan she had made with Arabella, Molly revealed what really happened. At that time, Arabella had already founded her own startup, QY, but to support me, a junior designer, she willingly played the role of my assistant and accompanied me to a design competition. The day before the contest, she was still teaching me design tips and tricks. That night, to show my gratitude, I wanted to treat her to a late-night snack, but we ran into some troublemakers. Without any reason, those thugs came after me. Bella, trying to protect me and the food truck owner, injured her hand. Later, I found out it was my cousin Myra who had set it all up. She intended for me to get hurt so I couldn't compete. All of this was confirmed during police interrogation, with recordings to prove it. If you don't believe me, ask the police. When it comes to my cousin, I have to talk about the drama within the Cooper family. It used to be my grandfather who called the shots, but after he passed away, and Grandma left us shortly after, the company was managed by my dad until he too left us, leaving everyone looking up to my uncle as the new head. In the entire Cooper family, no one stood up for my mom and me. My uncle and his wife often bullied us, and even their kids, my cousins, would walk all over us. Even after my mom and I moved to a rental, they would still come to bother us from time to time, as if making our lives miserable was some kind of sport. 2 years ago, on the anniversary of my dad's death, Myra and a few bodyguards kicked away the offerings at my dad's grave and even dumped trash on it, uttering disrespectful things. My mom couldn't stand it and confronted her, only to be injured by Myra's bodyguards. Last year, around the same time I met Arabella, she was like a beacon of light in my life. I remember it was also the anniversary of my dad's passing when Myra once again desecrated his grave with trash and paint, intending for her bodyguards to abuse my mom in front of his resting place. When I arrived, she wanted her bodyguards to do the same to me. If Bella hadn't been there to help, my mom and I would have. Molly's eyes reddened as she spoke, but now, after spending so much time with Arabella, she quickly regained control of her emotions, returning to her usual strong and brave demeanor. She addressed the crowd of reporters, saying, "You all know what happened next." My cousin Harry came forward to say that their family was haunted by dreams of my dad, leading to their mental breakdowns, and he chose to end his life, leaving only him behind. He decided to return the company and the house to me, begging for my father's forgiveness from beyond the grave. The incident had made headlines before, and now it was being brought up again, linking Arabella's defense at the food truck to this family drama. Public opinion quickly turned around. Who knew Molly had such a troubled life? Yeah, I think she must have had some professional training. How else could one person take on so many thugs, especially since those guys were street-hardened? Soon after, one of Arabella's 8 grandfathers, Uriah, was surrounded by reporters as he left the tea room after a gathering with old friends. Uriah spoke with a serene air. "Thank goodness I taught her some self-defense when she was a little girl. I saw that video online, it was dangerous. I'm so relieved she could protect her friend and ensure her own safety. As her grandfather, I'm comforted and proud of her. I'd like to take this chance to encourage everyone to teach their kids some self-defense. It can really make a difference when it counts." When the crowd learned that Arabella's self-defense skills were taught by Uriah, they were taken aback. Before his retirement, he was a political big shot, but a deeper dig revealed that in his youth, he was a legend in the special forces. His team used to say he was an all-terrain, multi-skilled captain, nicknamed Tiger on land, Dragon in the sea, and Falcon in the sky. Not only was he adept at parachuting, sniping, and hand-to-hand combat, but he could also draw, load, aim, and shoot in just 0.5 seconds, earning him the title King of Guns. Such a versatile talent, it's no wonder Arabella, at such a young age, had such skills. It figured that Arabella could take down those thugs that night, it was only natural. Consequently, public opinion swiftly shifted in Arabella's favor. Meanwhile, the Collins family's raffle event coordinator, a high-ranking executive, came forward to announce the investigation results. The data showed that the 99 cars had rigorous inspection certificates proving they were problem-free before the winners drove them away. However, after they left, several cameras in the vicinity of the victim's parking lot coincidentally broke down. Arabella restored the surveillance and had the relevant footage uploaded online. It clearly showed several masked figures tampering with the cars in the dead of night. The internet was in an uproar. The company involved with these masked saboteurs was also exposed. It was Story Style Company, led by Esther, who had held a grudge against the Collins family for ages. Because the Collins family had ceased their partnership with her in the new year, she was irate and orchestrated this plot to take them down. Before long, the police arrived and took Esther, the head of the charming fashion company, into custody. But Arabella knew it wasn't that simple. Esther wouldn't resort to such despicable tactics, jeopardizing so many lives, just because the Collins family stopped working with her. She must be taking the fall for someone else. I did some digging, and the person she was in contact with belonged to a film company. Listen, a guy working for Martin made a call to the vice president of a film studio 4 days ago. The call lasted 7 minutes, she said, unfolding the mystery like a seasoned detective. That very night, the VP phoned Esther. Now, I can't say for sure what they discussed, but right after that call, Esther had someone tamper with a car. Louisa's eyes widened in disbelief. You mean to say, Martin had this done? All because of that ingrate Serena? He wanted to get back at her, so he quietly had his goons do the dirty work to smear the Collins family's name. But Martin's not the type to stoop so low, Arabella chimed in, her voice steady, exuding confidence in Martin's character. Sure, he's got a soft spot for Serena, but he knows what shouldn't be done. My guess is that one of his lackeys got bought off. So, what you're saying is someone paid off Martin's guy, hoping to pin the blame on Martin? Kenneth asked, visibly shaken. That must be someone big, to be able to sling mud at Martin. How could he just take this lying down? Who could it be? Could it be an enemy of both Martin and us? Louisa speculated. Maybe it's Serena's enemy. Arabella pondered. Right now, Serena's biggest support is Martin. If he goes down, it's like clipping her wings, right? What do you mean? Kenneth was puzzled. Who would have a grudge against Serena big enough to take down Martin, and why would they want to clip her wings? Maybe this person doesn't have a beef with Serena directly, but with her biological parents, Arabella suggested. Remember, her parents were leaders within the organization. Who's the big boss? Could it be the mastermind behind the fire? Kenneth and Louisa exchanged a look of shock. It was all starting to come together. Before his death, Eric gave Serena a phone, Arabella said. That phone could very well hold the secrets of the person behind the curtain. Whether or not they know about the phone, with Eric gone and Martha deceased, they'd never let Serena gain enough power to seek revenge. They might let her live, but never with the chance to strike back. Right now, she's got Martin watching her back. And Martin's a powerhouse. He's practically Serena's right-hand man. It makes sense that someone would want to disarm her by targeting him. The question is, how will Martin react if they try to frame him? If he takes the fall, it means he's got something to hide, something that ties him to the mastermind. Kenneth and Louisa nodded in agreement, impressed by their daughter's keen analysis. If Martin's guy was bribed, we just need to track who he was in touch with before calling the film studio VP, and if he's had any hefty cash infusions. That might lead us to some fresh leads. Bella, you're brilliant. Louisa couldn't help but exclaim. Thank goodness for you. With this, it looks like we'll get to the bottom of this mess sooner rather than later. The mastermind behind this is quite cautious. Kenneth muttered, unable to help himself. He didn't let his minions tamper with the car. Instead, he went the long way around, just to mislead us, making us chase after Martin. He's setting Martin up as a scapegoat. Actually, by doing this, isn't he indirectly proving that we're on the right track with our investigation? Arabella continued to analyze. If there was nothing amiss with the production company, he could have just thrown them under the bus. Why bother pushing Martin in front to silence the whispers? His actions suggest he's afraid that following the production company's trail will lead us to them. So, this person must have collaborated with the production company. Kenneth and Louisa simultaneously turned to their daughter, utterly awestruck. Bella, you're amazing. You've made what seemed like a tangled mess crystal clear with your sharp analysis. This means we're getting closer to the truth. Arabella nodded. Also, last time when I collaborated with the victim's family, the victim pretended to die under my care, and the family's wailing outside the ore was captured on video and leaked online. I looked into the person who did this. It's another one of Martin's men, named Algernon. It looks like the mastermind really wants to throw Martin to the wolves this time. This mastermind is despicable. Louisa couldn't help but blurt out, so infuriating, I wish I could drag him out and give him a piece of my mind. I have a feeling he'll show his face soon enough, Arabella said as she stood up, ready to continue her investigation. Bella, are you coming home for dinner tonight? Do you need an extra pair of hands? Your mom and I can still pull some strings if you need people. No need, Arabella turned, a slight smile on her lips. I've got people. She had many at her disposal, working with them was more in sync, and it saved trouble. Just be safe, okay? Louisa watched her daughter's retreating figure, turning to her husband. Bella has really grown up. She can handle anything on her own. As her parents, it seems we're not much needed anymore. The feeling of being protected by our daughter. I never knew it would be this sweet. Kenneth was touched. This kind of happiness was something they hadn't experienced with Serena. #ArabellaMiracle confirmed instantly exploded across the internet. The crowd clicked in to find out that when Arabella was called in to save a life, she didn't operate but directed from the sidelines, guiding the patient back from the brink. Yeah, I mean, most folks would have passed out cold at the sight of all that blood. But Arabella, her face, her reaction, she was just too calm. The thing is, no matter what complications came up during surgery, she handled them like a pro, as if it was all just child's play to her. The doctors, they treated her with so much respect. Her skills must have really impressed them, earned their admiration. So, are you saying she's like a miracle worker? The patient was clearly cured, so why are there rumors that he died because of her? What's the real story? I can't imagine the Collins family would just cram Arabella with medical jargon and procedures for the sake of a title. Those doctors were in a rush to save a life, they wouldn't just play along with a charade. I believe in their professional integrity. Then who the heck took that video of the family crying outside the OR, claiming Arabella botched the surgery? Who's trying to smear her name? It didn't take long for netizens to dig up the identity of the filmer, a guy named Algernon. Algernon? Who's that? He's not a reporter, so what's he doing lurking around the hospital, filming stuff? Trying to hurt Arabella. Does anyone know who this guy is? He looks young, clean-cut. Could it be he's got a thing for Arabella and, when she didn't reciprocate, decided to throw mud? No way, right? Online, the buzz was all about figuring out who Algernon was. Some sleuths tracked the video back to Hope Hospital's official account. Meanwhile, Dr. Pierce from Hope Hospital was cornered by a swarm of journalists, ready to take their questions head-on. Bella's medical prowess is witnessed by everyone here, not just by me, the hospital director, but also by other doctors and patients. Dr. Pierce said leisurely, Philip was treated here before, so naturally, a lot of people online are concerned about his recovery. Let me clarify things. Reporters were jostling for a scoop, crowding around Dr. Pierce with their mics and cameras almost in his face. 6 months ago, Philip's condition took a turn for the worse. We had a Dr. Hermosa who was treating him, and she, fearing the responsibility, wanted to wait for the family before taking action. She suggested we administer a sedative and a peaceful passage concoction. If it weren't for Bella happening by, going against the grain, and teaming up with Dr. Caden to save Philip, he might well have been gone by now. People online were stunned. Dranvils.com. If Dr. Pierce says so, Arabella's skills must be legit. So she really did save Philip. And that car crash victim, she guided the surgery verbally. Incredible.
If you have enjoyed this story, please like and share so others can see it too. Also hit the subscription button and notification bell so you can be notified on our next release. Thank you for your support. God bless you.